danas sa nama menadžeri gospodin Kyle i Troy, oni su znači menadžeri restorana koji ste vidjeli, ova druga ponuda, znači Sandbar i Ocean restoran, također imamo 5 mjesta na Cape Codu. Znači sve će vam oni objasniti da ja sad ne dužim, podržat će prezentaciju, šta god vam treba, šta god vas interesuje, pitate ih slobodno. Posle toga znači idete individualno pazdučnom redu gore na intervjue. Znači još jednom pitate sve što vas zanima.
Good morning. Thanks all of you for coming. I know the weather isn't exactly perfect, but I'll just start off by saying how very happy Troy and I are to be here. We've absolutely fallen in love with your country. I think it's fantastic. The food is incredible. The people are just great. We're really grateful to be here. So hopefully we can take you all home with us. Okay? You know, when the Work and Travel group approached us about coming over here and hiring some staff this summer, we took it as a really strong opportunity for us to further develop our companies, and we have several companies that we run, and a real great opportunity for us to make some improvements not only for our companies but for you as well. If we come over here and meet you face to face and get to know each other, the culture, it makes some really great decisions for everybody. So again, thank you very much for coming, and we're very happy to be here. I'm going to do a quick presentation about who we are and what we do. The end we'll take some questions, and I'm happy to answer any questions at all, and we'll see where we end up. My name's Kyle Parker. I'm the general manager of the Sandbar and the Ocean Club on Martha's Vineyard. I also own a Mexican restaurant on Cape Cod, I think was mentioned earlier. And we're going to be looking to fill a bunch of different positions in each one of those locations. So we do have some opportunities, and we're hoping to bring as many of you home with us as possible. This is Troy, to my left. Troy runs the Ocean Club restaurant on Martha's Vineyard, and he also handles our human resources and our hiring process for all of our restaurants. So you have two of the guys here that can make some decisions very quickly and keep you organized from start to finish. Okay? All right. Has anybody here ever been to the United States? Yeah? It's pretty cool, right? It's not terrible. Okay, so Martha's Vineyard is a small island off the coast of Cape Cod. It's a very seasonal place. In the wintertime, there's 15,000 residents, and then all of a sudden, in the summertime, it explodes. We have about 75,000 people, and it just gets very dense and lots of traffic, and everybody's having a great time and making some money. So it's located on the northeast, just off the coast of Cape Cod. Our restaurants are in Oak Bluffs, which are right here. Okay? It's a very easy community for you to live in. You don't necessarily need to have a car. You can walk pretty much everywhere. There's public transportation available for you to use. A lot of people use bicycles when they're there, but it's really a very easy place for you to live. Okay? The same thing goes for Cape Cod. Cape Cod, a lot of people use bicycles to get around, but and there is public transportation available. It's just a little bigger, so it's spread out. It might take you a little bit longer to get to where you need to go. Does that make sense? I'm going to talk to you about each of the restaurants that we have. We are going to be looking for to match you up with the right position. If we decide that we can move forward and hire you, we're going to try and match you with the right location so you can fill a very specific need, and also so you can feel rewarded at the end of the day and you're doing something that you want to do. I understand that not everybody here wants to be in the restaurant business. I understand that that's not necessarily what you do, but it's a means for you to get to where you want to get, right? But there's no reason why you can't be happy working there in the meantime, right? So our job today is going to be to figure out where everybody fits in the puzzle, make some good decisions, and walk away with everybody feeling like they were taken care of. Okay, the Sandbar and Grill is a clam shack. Anybody know what a clam shack is? No, probably not. A clam shack is, because we're located right on the ocean, everything is fish. Okay, so clams, oysters, shrimp, lobster, anything that comes out of the sea, we fry. we make it really bad for you. But it's really it tastes really, really good. So a clam shack is a very casual place where you can go with your family, you can go there with your friends and have a quick bite to eat. We use all fresh products. So all the fish and the things that we serve there, we invest a lot of money in them so we can do them properly, okay? The island's only beach bar and grill. What that means is, honestly, if you walk into our bar, you're walking on the sand, okay? It feels like you're on the beach. We have live music every single day. Half of the facility is outdoors, so if you're a food server or a bartender, you'd be working outdoors, which is a pretty cool place to be. And, you know, what we do is a very traditional New England style clam shack. It's very rustic looking. The building looks pretty weathered. It's been around for a long time. But it's a very, 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 very busy restaurant. Okay, this restaurant is one of the busiest on the island. Okay, it's just full all day long, from 11 a.m. until about 11 o'clock at night. Okay, very, very busy. This is a picture of the sandbar. This is on the back side, the outdoor area. So right here you have a picture of the outdoor bar and the dining room. And then back inside the yellow wall there is the kitchen and the sushi bar and indoor dining room. Does anybody eat sushi? You gotta try sushi. Alright, that's one of the rules. If you come with us, you have to eat sushi with us. Okay, here's another picture of the dining room. As you can see, it's right on the water. Those boats right behind us, literally, that's the water. Okay, so there's a lot of activity, a lot of tourists, a lot of people walking up and down looking at the different boats. And it's restaurant, 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 restaurant. There's tons and tons of restaurants there, okay? The Ocean Club Restaurant and Lounge is a lot different than the Sandbar. It is a much more sophisticated restaurant. It's sexier, it's better looking, it's brand new. It's pretty similar to a lot of the places around here actually. It's darker. It's a really, really nice facility. Okay? The amount of money that has been spent on building this company or building this restaurant is enormous. A lot of money is involved here. Probably $1.5 million to $2 million at the end of the day. Okay? The food that we do at this restaurant is very, very simple, very good. It's not fine dining, but it's not casual either. It's really fun, kind of like a bar or lounge. We are only open for dinners. We don't serve lunch there. We have live entertainment and a special event space upstairs. Our special event space is about 6,500 square feet, and we tried to do this the other day, but we couldn't. But safe to say it's pretty big. I don't know what the square meters are. We have lots of different musicians and acts that can play there. This year we're looking to have some more famous people play there, not just the local musicians, but we're looking to really develop our entertainment program. Inside of this restaurant, it's a lot different in the sense that what you need to know to work there is a lot different. We have a lot more diverse products. We have a deeper availability of beers. So we have 16 beers on tap, which is a lot in the US. And we have a very extensive wine list. So part of the training that you would be involved with is learning about our products so that you can sell them for us properly. Okay? So this is a lot more, the Sandbar is very serious because we take our food seriously. We like to have fun when we're working. But this is a lot more serious in terms of your studying and what you need to know to be effective to work there. Okay? It's a nice restaurant, very nice. That's a picture of the outdoors. I have no idea who that guy is, but I'm sure he was pretty nice. As you can see, in Oak Bluffs, it's very pedestrian, so people are walking everywhere. And here is Ocean Club. The Sandbar is over here behind. And then right up this road right here is where most of you would be living. So you'd be living about a 5-minute walk from either of the restaurants. It's a very, very busy part of town. It's a lot of fun. It's about as fun as it gets on Martha's Vineyard. I think that here's probably more fun, but Martha's Vineyard, in terms of your location right there, you can't really beat it. Okay, it's very, very easy. That's to give you an idea of what the indoors is like. You can tell, it's a nicer place, the nicer chairs and fixtures. It's a very nice restaurant. There's our bar. There's Troy right there. He wasn't wearing a suit at the time, so I had to talk to him about that, but That's the indoor. You get an idea. At nighttime, that can be, you can't even walk through there. If there's a live band playing, you can't even move through there. It's just really, really, really busy. It's great. Positions. This is a big question that everybody had. And the other day, I forgot to mention that we are definitely going to be hiring some hostesses. Hostesses, busser, server, barback, cook, prep cook, and dishwasher. The prep cook and dishwasher position is probably for somebody who has a more limited English and doesn't want to deal with everybody all at once. So in other words, what I'm trying to say is there is something for everybody. You don't have to be absolutely fluent in English. That doesn't rule you out, okay? The cook position, if you have an interest in cooking, it's something that I want to hear about today when we meet with you individually. It's important to me that the cooks in all of our restaurants have a little more serious approach to cooking and can really appreciate that type of work, okay? Barbacks, servicing the bar, working with the bartenders. It's a lot of lifting and moving. It's a very demanding job, particularly in a busy bar, which we happen to have 2 of those. Food server position is just that, and the busser position is cleaning and keeping the dining rooms, free of clutter and debris and making sure the place looks great. So we have quite a few different types of positions available, and we're going to be looking to see which one best suits each of you, and hopefully we have a spot. Like I said, we'd like to take everybody home with us. We just can't. Okay? Okay, there's a picture of, we do special events inside the Ocean Club restaurant. This particular event, anybody here ever hear of Bobby Brown? Yes? We got one today, Troy. Okay, Bobby, Whitney Houston? Okay, her husband, the guy who smokes the crack or whatever? Yeah. So that guy, he was playing there that night. He was a character. We had a very, very large party. It was a lot of fun. It was a really good time. This guy right here, this is Ben. If you get hired to go work at the sandbar, that's who you're going to go see. When you arrive there, he'll make sure all your paperwork is filled out so that you can get paid. So if you want money, don't bother me, find Ben. Okay? He's a great guy. He's looking forward to meeting everybody that we bring back, and he'll do whatever he can to make it nice and easy for you, okay? We have a pretty large management team. Because we have so many different restaurants and businesses, there's quite a few of us moving around to be able to help you get what you need, okay? Part of what we expect from you is a certain amount of hospitality with our guests, and this is coming up in the presentation afterwards, but I'll start with it now. If you're hospitable and warm to our guests are going to leave happy, right? So we want you to be happy, so we're going to be hospitable and warm to you, okay? We don't expect you to work 200 hours a week under an iron fist, and we want you to enjoy your life. We want you to be comfortable at work. We're going to give you all of the tools that you need to be comfortable at work. And that's our job, that's our hospitality side of it, okay? This is Tex, he's a bartender. A lot of the questions we had the other day was about uniforms, okay? Each of our restaurants requires a different uniform. This is a very good example of the sandbar. Very casual, most people wear shorts and a t-shirt. It's so hot there outside during the summer that we can't really put in too much more clothes, It gets really, really hot. But that'll give you an idea of how casual the sandbar is. Okay, this is, our company on Martha's Vineyard is owned by 2 brothers. They're really great guys, they're successful, and they're very much interested in growing their company. So anybody that we can bring home with us is going to, help them achieve their goal. But the 2 people that you need to look out for, other than me and Troy, would be Mark Wallace right here. This is the only picture I had of him, that's why I put it up there. I didn't mean to have all these other people in there, but that's Mark Wallace. He's the guy that you see every single day you go to work. He lives right next to the restaurants, and he's always walking around and storming around and pointing, and when you see him, just move the other way. I'll talk to him and I'll deal with him. He's a great guy, and we really do love working with these guys. But he's very busy, and he's got these ideas all the time, and he has a very strong expectation from the staff, and it's always just a good idea to let me deal with him. And if you see him, like in any job, you want to look like you're paying attention, right? Okay. This is Mike Wallace. Now both these guys are about this tall, but they walk like they're about this tall, okay? And they're both very, very serious businessmen, very great, but you'll barely ever see Michael. You see him maybe, if you see him 6 times the whole summer, I think that would be about right. He comes in for food with his family, but he's the businessman. He doesn't really come into work too much. His own office. Hospitality. Hospitality is the relationship between guest and host, or the act or practice of being hospitable. It's very, very, very important to us that anybody who works with us is warm and engaging with our guests, with each other, with the management team. This is not the type of environment where we support anyone who's not warm. Okay? We want everybody to be warm, comfortable, and take their job pretty seriously. Okay? So hospitality is something that you're going to hear a lot from us. We believe in it. It's what separates good companies and bad companies. We happen to be one of the better ones, and it's important to us that anybody that's around us is displaying hospitality at all times. Cape Cod, Massachusetts. This is Martha's Vineyard right here, right? This is Cape Cod. Right here is a little town called Brewster, and that's where we have another restaurant, El Guapo's Taqueria. It's a Mexican restaurant. The people who would work there are people who have a sincere interest in cooking. This is a very, very small place, but it's very, very, very busy. There's a smaller staff working there, so you have an opportunity to make better relationships. There's a lot of different restaurants around there, so there's an opportunity for second jobs. It's a great place. Now, I own it, but I don't really work there. My wife works there, and we have a general manager named Jonathan, who's the person that you'd be dealing with. Okay? It's a fun little restaurant. You know, I like Cape Cod. If I was going to choose between the two, maybe I'd go to Cape Cod, but that's just me. Okay? And by the way, if you want to go and visit your friends, if you're working in Cape Cod and you want to visit your friends in Martha's Vineyard, you can take a bus to the ferry, and then take the ferry over. It maybe take you 2 hours. This is a picture of some of our food at the Mexican restaurant. This is our fish taco. As you can see, that's the real thing. This isn't a picture we stole somewhere. That's it. We take it, you know, we take a very fresh approach to our product. Everything is fresh. Everything is authentic. We do. So when you go work at this particular restaurant, the food is the primary focus. Okay, so you'd see, well, hospitality, of course, right? But the food is right up there, and we spend a lot of money on our product inside this restaurant to make sure it's the absolute best we can possibly make it. The positions we'd be hiring at this restaurant would be a line cook, a cashier, which is answering the phones, taking orders, and putting the, you know, dealing with the cash. Prep cook and dishwasher. Again, the prep cook dishwasher position does not require a lot of English. Just a really good, positive attitude. Right? How about that? Okay?
Maybe one question.
There we go.
What about that position, food runners? Some of us do that.
The position of food runner, we have food runners. The way it works in our restaurant structure, we will hire some food runners. I don't know how many, but the way it works is we start people off as a busser, then they're a food runner, and then they're a food server, and then they can go on the bar if they want. So it's kind of a progression thing. It's the same thing with being a bartender. I'm not saying, I'm sure that when you have bartending experience here, you can bartend, but we can't bring bartenders there because that's kind of the top, you know what I mean? If we do that, then we're going to have a lot of angry staff on the restaurants. We have to give those people the opportunity to grow as well. So if we have the room, then we're not opposed to doing food runners, but typically it's a step.
Barback?
Barback, yes, we can do barback.
Is that job for girls too?
Which one? The barback?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, we've had girl barbacks. Absolutely. We're not. We believe anybody can work as hard as they want. You know. I'm a little too old to be a bar back now. It's a pretty demanding job, but, yeah, absolutely. We're not, we don't think anybody can. We think anybody can do anything they want.